Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, excuse me, I'm using. Actually, can I do it this way? Yeah. Chakra Wisdom Tarot by Tori Hartman. Artwork by Katrina Sokolova. Katrina's name is below the word tarot if you want to see how it's spelled. On the back here are a couple websites, ToriHartman.com, WatkinsPublishing.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you want to. Supportive Oracle cards are the companion deck. Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards, also by Tori Hartman. This one is illustrated by Gretchen Reisch-Baskin. On the back here, some websites. Again, ToriHartman.com and WatkinsPublishing.co.uk or WatkinsPublishing.com. Okay. What do we have for Scorpio? Do you want out? Do you want out? The question is, if you want out, why haven't you gotten out yet? That's my first thought. Because I see you kind of questioning, should I go? Do you want out? Do you? Because I also feel like if you make up your mind and decide you want out, you'll start finding that way and you'll start making it happen. But you seem to be in kind of a limbo place. You got this coming out from the Magician and Impatience. I feel like you've moved this situation forward a lot. You've done a lot of work here. You've put a lot of progress. You've moved a thing. There's been a lot of progress because of you. Am I saying that wrong? Progress? Is there a different word I'm supposed to be using? 5 of fire, 5 of wands, and Judgment. You fought for it too. It went your way. You had to fight for it. Things weren't going the way they should. You moved them forward. I feel like if you really look backwards, sure, there were some mistakes, but you know what? It's kind of like looking at it this way. I like using house analogies and building analogies. So we're looking at a house. Right now you're sitting in a house it's not completely finished, but you can live in it, but it's still got work that has to be done on the inside. But it's kind of like if you hadn't pushed it forward, you'd still be dealing with the basement, creating the basement. Because you pushed it forward, you got a house to live in. It's not perfect yet. Work still has to be done. It's technically you could live in it, but like it's not furnished. It's not finished. The water is running. The electricity is on, but like the fixtures aren't completely put together yet. The bathroom isn't totally done. It's usable, but not totally done. It's kind of like, all right, yeah, maybe things went back a little fast, but it's better than living out of a hotel or living with somebody else until it is ready. I don't think anything went wrong. I don't really feel like errors, but I feel like somebody else might be pointing at this saying, you know, Scorpio, if we did it this way or we waited or we slowed down, we could have had this instead of that. We could have done this instead of that. This could have that, or this could have this, or this, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but I feel like you'd be like, yeah, but you'd still be like trying to figure out the basement part. We wouldn't be where we are right now. It's a lot better where we are. And I feel like you're also looking at this, like once we finish the house, if we decide that it's really not what we want, we can sell it and we can buy another one if it's that bad, as long as we finish it correctly. So you have ideas, like even if it doesn't work out perfectly, there's still options. So I'd rather be where I am versus still waiting to move forward. But the thing is, do I want to keep going with what I have, or am I at the point where I'm like, you know what, maybe I don't really want this. I haven't decided yet, because now I think it's something about people putting pressure on you, kind of like they're scrutinizing every choice you made. Excuse me. Because I feel like I'm feeling all by myself. I'm not really sure if I want to continue with this situation. The Tower is like, wow, it's half in, half out. And then the 5 of Swords reversed. Other people are having a harder time because they don't feel like they have any control, and they're not really sure about how stable the situation is. And you're like, I have it, I'm fine. We'll make it. Just keep working with me. We'll be fine. But they don't seem to understand how this is really built. Something's really, like, they don't seem to understand how it all came together. They're not seeing the stability of it. The way you're moving forward, you're creating the plan as you go. That's what works for you. And these other people, they just don't see where you're going, and they want to. I feel like they want to kind of like take control, but they literally can't because of the way you're doing it. But it's kind of like they want control so bad. Maybe I should just give it to them and just walk away. I'm kind of having that feeling. Yet you're not. You're kind of stuck in this limbo area where you keep doing the same that you have been, but you're questioning, like, but do I want to? Things may not be moving forward as fast as they were before, but that might be why, because you're kind of like, you're dividing your energy out. Half of it's still moving things forward, the other half is considering, like, if I want out, what do I need to do to get out? And do I really want to do that? I feel like the Hangman is also talking about the process, like being stuck in the process. I know the Hangman talks about non-movement, but I almost feel like the non-movement is like, it's kind of like I've been working, filling this not railhouse. I was going to say railhouse. All right, warehouse, but warehouse is what I really want to say. I'm filling this giant warehouse with boxes of paper towels, and I keep bringing in one box at a time, and that's kind of like I just keep doing it one box at a time, and I feel like it's a never-ending process. That's kind of how I'm feeling about this hanged woman in this one. It's the hanged woman. I'm feeling like I'm just stuck constantly doing the same. That's how I keep feeling. Like I keep doing it. Like I'm tethered to this situation. I just keep doing it. I just keep doing it. I just keep doing it. And I feel like it's never going to end. This is more. I feel like, again, I feel like I'm continuing on. Two of Wands is like I'm splitting my energy in this one. I feel like I'm splitting my energy. That's what I'm getting with the Two of Wands. And then the Eight of Cups is kind of like I'm considering leaving. But will renewal come back in? I do feel like renewal will come back in for this situation. It will come back. There will be some more strength coming in. It's just what's going to trigger that renewal. Ten of Swords, halfway in, halfway out, and the High Priestess. So, don't get caught up in the gender, but I feel like when other people feel like they can't do it and they start to realize you might walk away, they don't actually want to take it over. They don't, because that involves the responsibility for it. They don't want the responsibility. They just want to say where things go, and then if it goes great, they want the acclaim. But if it doesn't go well, they want to be able to point the finger. So, I'm getting the Five of Cups, and then I'm also getting conflict around this too. These other people don't really want control. They just want to be able to say where they just want to feel like they're in control, and get the praise if it goes well, and be able to point the finger if it doesn't. It's just that's a thing. That's a thing. We all know that's a thing, right? There's people like that in the world, right? That's not a shock to anybody, is it? I don't think so. Because once things seem to not go or to not progress, because I don't feel like these people, whoever it is that says they want control or they want things to go their way, if you leave it to them, it won't go anywhere. It'll just it'll be like just a sitting duck in the water. It won't do anything. It's not even like a duck, but almost like a decoy. I'm saying duck, but I'm thinking decoy. You just put that wooden duck in the water, not a real duck, but a wooden one. It just sits there. It doesn't do anything. It's supposed to attract things, but it doesn't actually do anything. Yeah. You're getting your strength back with this. I feel like once you realize, whoever's saying whatever they're saying, if this is a work situation, people like to point fingers. I guess your challenge is to not care too much what they think. You don't want to egg it on, obviously. And I feel like to a point you can't completely ignore it, but don't give it too much space in your brain. These people and their problems, let them keep their own problems. Keep moving forward with what you want and make things happen. Because I feel like you're going to see it when they really think you might walk away and they might be stuck holding the bag. The whole tune changes, and all of a sudden you're awesome again. Because they don't want to actually do it. Free yourself from this. The Eight of Swords came out while I was shuffling. It fell out. It came out upside down. Don't let yourself feel trapped by these people. Like, be aware of what they're doing, what they're saying. Address it if you have to, but don't let these opinions rule you. Don't let that happen, because people have their own people have their problems. You know what I mean? And you could call them out and be flat out right, but some of these people, even calling them out and having all the proof right in front of them, will still be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? I know what you're talking about, Scorpio. I don't do anything wrong. I mean, sure, I tripped that old lady and pushed her down the stairs, but that's not my fault. She was there. Like, I don't understand how you think that's my fault. Like, what? Like, there's people like that. And it may be that type of person. Like, they literally do it. They cause the problem. They cause the damage. And then they'll look at you like, I don't understand why you're blaming me for it. Just because they pushed somebody down the stairs and they got hurt, I don't understand why that's my fault. Like, really? I mean, there's people like that. You might be dealing with people like that. Realizing that that's not a sane response to that action, and just realizing that's a them thing. Don't own that. Don't drive yourself crazy trying to prove yourself to people with that type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? That's frustrating, because I've come across it. There's people like that. There's people like that in the world. It's frustrating, but I think like 20 years ago, I didn't realize that was a real thing. I just thought that maybe that happened, but I thought it was a very, very rare thing. Maybe not that rare. Where somebody like literally they cause all the damage, and then they look at you and they're like, I don't know what you're mad at me about. I didn't do anything. And they literally did it though. Like, they did it right in front of you, but they're like, I don't know. And they flat out believe that. People are just some people. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. They're saying persevere through, address what you have to, but realize what you're dealing with. Some of the people, their energy can bring you down a little bit, but don't let them ruin a good situation because of their own personal damage. You address it where you have to, say what you need to, but persevere past it. Keep yourself strong, realizing that's literally damage within them. There's nothing you can do to make that better. You can direct your own situation, you can direct yourself to your success, but realizing that some people are so far damaged that it doesn't matter how much proof, how well you say it, how right you are. Again, like, they walk up behind somebody, push them down the stairs, that person gets hurt, and they're like, I don't understand why them being hurt has anything to do with me. They literally did it, but then they're looking at you like, I don't understand why you think that's mine. I don't understand why you're pointing at me, or why you're worried, why you're angry with me, so I don't know what you're talking about. Literally, they did it. But that's the mentality. I feel like that's the point. Like, I'm still thinking about it. I'm watching it play out in my head, and I'm just like, there's people like that in the world. Maybe more than there should be. I don't know what that means, but whatever that means. Just realize that's a them damage. There's nothing for you to... Don't center your energy on that. Don't waste your time on that. Center on your success. Don't let them take up too much of your headspace. Realize that that's nothing you could... No matter what you do, you can't fix that. That's not for you to fix. That you're just to center on your success and keep moving forward, and not to let people like that ruin your success. Because I feel like you're going to get renewed into this situation. Your strength is coming back. Whatever happened here, to the point where you're kind of like, maybe I should just walk away from this, your strength is being renewed, and you're getting your self-strength, your self-worth back in this situation. It does say self-worth here. And you're going to persevere to the end. It's just make sure that you keep that in check. Keep reminding yourself what you're dealing with and how these people are. Especially if you're in a job situation and every now and then there's a review and people have certain things to say on your review. Just make sure you don't agree with anything that you don't really agree with. And just, keep them in mental check. Like, that's who they are. That's not who you are. Their problems are not your problems. And keep going towards your success and see them for who they are. That's that analogy. Watching that play out in my head, though, that's like... I mean, I know it's true, but still... Anyway, anything else with this? I think we're good. I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.